The Untapped Power of Your Mind. Dr. Stanley Kryner's groundbreaking discoveries on ESP and out-of-body experiences. Have you ever had an experience that seemed to defy the laws of reality? Maybe it was a vivid dream that came true or a strange sensation that couldn't quite be explained. Most people dismiss these as coincidences or figments of an overactive imagination. But what if these experiences are actually tapping into something much deeper and more profound, something hidden just beneath the surface of our everyday reality? Dr. Stanley Kryner has spent a lifetime studying these very phenomena. His journey into the mysteries of consciousness, dreams, and the unexplained began early in his life. Driven by an insatiable curiosity and a series of personal, unexplainable experiences, he set out to uncover the truths behind the strange phenomena that many others would simply write off as fantasy. His work, particularly with dreams, ESP, and the very nature of consciousness itself, has had a profound impact on the field of parapsychology. Through years of research and experimentation, Dr. Kryner has come to believe that the human mind has far more potential than we've ever understood. His investigations have unlocked new ways of looking at the world, from how we dream to how we communicate across seemingly impossible distances. Dr. Kryner's early experiences with anomalous events shaped his lifelong pursuit of knowledge. When he was just a teenager, he had a startling premonition about the death of his uncle Max. Despite his uncle being in perfect health, Dr. Kryner felt an overwhelming sense of foreboding, which was later confirmed when he learned that his uncle had died of a heart attack. This eerie experience led him to delve into the science behind such phenomena, prompting him to study reports and research on parapsychology, even though such topics were considered fringe science at the time. His experiences were not limited to mere visions or feelings. Dr. Kryner's academic journey led him to uncover research that confirmed the possibility of the mind influencing reality in unexpected ways. One of the most striking examples he encountered was the power of hypnosis, which he explored in depth. He learned that the mind could exert influence over bodily functions, a realization that expanded his interest into understanding how deeply the psyche could affect our physical and mental well-being. From these explorations, Dr. Kryner's scientific curiosity grew, and he began investigating the mysterious realms of dreams and the subconscious, where so many seemingly inexplicable events occur. It was during his work at the Myron's laboratory that Dr. Kryner took his research to new heights. One of his most famous studies involved what he called dream telepathy, the ability for people to share information through their dreams. The results were groundbreaking. People could accurately describe things they had no prior knowledge of, all within the confines of a dream. This wasn't just a matter of vague impressions. The information shared was specific and verifiable, leading Dr. Kryner to conclude that our minds have the ability to communicate in ways that transcend the physical limitations of space and time. The success of his work was not confined to the laboratory. Dr. Kryner's findings allowed people who had experienced similar phenomena to finally feel validated. For the first time, they could talk openly about their dreams of distant places or people without the fear of being dismissed as delusional. It was a liberating realization that there was a scientific basis to their experiences, which had once been brushed aside as mere coincidence or wishful thinking. Over the years, many others have followed in Dr. Kryner's footsteps, exploring these uncharted territories and finding further evidence that the human mind may be capable of far more than we've ever understood. One of the more intriguing aspects of his research was the study of out-of-body experiences. While many have experienced the sensation of being detached from their physical body during a dream or a deep meditative state, Dr. Kryner wanted to investigate these experiences scientifically. Through careful experimentation, he tested the ability of individuals to perceive objects or images placed in locations where they could not physically see them. One striking experiment involved a dreamer who, while in an out-of-body state, accurately described a picture of a sunset placed on a ledge above her bed. This raised an interesting question. Were these out-of-body experiences simply a form of remote viewing, or was the consciousness actually leaving the body and experiencing the world in a different way? As fascinating as these findings were, they also presented a puzzle. What exactly happens during an out-of-body experience? Is the mind capable of leaving the body and traveling to distant locations, or are these experiences simply projections of the mind that are interpreted through a dreamlike lens? Dr. Kryner speculated that it could be a combination of both, where a person's consciousness is temporarily freed from the constraints of the body, allowing them to tap into information that they would otherwise not be able to access. One key question that still looms large in this field is how the mind perceives information during these experiences. Is it a literal, physical representation, or is it more abstract and metaphorical? Could the information received by a person in an out-of-body state differ from what they might experience during a dream? This distinction is important because it could offer valuable insights into how our minds process and interpret information from the world around us. In the years since Dr. Kryner's early investigations, research in the fields of remote viewing, ESP, and consciousness studies has only grown. Scientists, like those at the Institute of Noetic Sciences, have continued to push the boundaries of what we understand about human potential. Their work suggests that consciousness is not confined to the brain alone, but may extend beyond the physical limits of the body. The groundbreaking experiments they've conducted, such as those involving astronaut Edgar Mitchell and his telepathic communication experiments from space, have shown that ESP can transcend both time and space. Mitchell's experiment demonstrated that telepathy is not limited by the vast distances of space, with his friends on Earth accurately receiving his telepathic signals from hundreds of thousands of miles away, even when the timing of the messages was not coordinated. Such findings have profound implications for how we understand the nature of reality and human consciousness. If thoughts and experiences can transcend time and space, then what else is possible? Could we be on the verge of unlocking the full potential of the human mind? Dr. Kryner has spent decades exploring these very questions, and his work has helped to expand the scope of what we believe is possible for the human experience. Throughout his career, Dr. Kryner has encountered resistance from various quarters. While his peers in the scientific community were initially skeptical of his research, he continued to pursue his studies in parapsychology, driven by the belief that there was something more to our consciousness than mainstream science had acknowledged. Despite the criticism he faced, particularly from those who dismissed his work as pseudoscience, Dr. Kryner remained steadfast in his commitment to exploring the unknown. He knew that the questions he was asking were important, even if they didn't fit neatly into conventional scientific paradigms. In his later years, Dr. Kryner's work gained greater acceptance, especially as more sophisticated studies incorporating insights from quantum physics and energy medicine began to emerge. These studies are helping to bridge the gap between science and spirituality, offering new avenues for research and understanding. Yet, as Dr. Kryner notes, there is still much to be done. Some areas, such as past life experiences and the study of reincarnation, remain largely unexplored in mainstream science, even though there is mounting evidence that these phenomena deserve further investigation. Dr. Kryner's own work on past lives has led him to study cases where children claim to remember previous incarnations. One of the most compelling aspects of this research is the ability to verify some of these memories, such as specific details of events or places that the children could not have known about otherwise. These findings suggest that consciousness may extend beyond a single lifetime, challenging our conventional understanding of existence. As the field continues to evolve, Dr. Kryner remains an advocate for exploring the full range of human experiences. He believes that many of the answers to our greatest questions lie in the uncharted territories of the mind and consciousness. Whether it's the study of remote viewing, out-of-body experiences, or the possibility of life after death, the potential for discovery is immense. The work of Dr. Kryner, along with the contributions of other researchers and institutions like the Institute of Noetic Sciences, is helping to shift the paradigm. What was once considered fringe or fringe science is now being taken seriously by more and more researchers as the boundaries of human potential continue to expand. Yet, there is still much to be discovered. As we continue to explore the vast potential of the human mind, who knows what incredible discoveries await us in the future? If you've been fascinated by these topics, there's much more to explore. I encourage you to subscribe to Shadows and Secrets, leave a like, and check out our other videos for more deep dives into the mysteries of the mind and beyond. That said, thank you and see you next time.